Bow hunting all comes down to a moment. And in the moment, you want equipment on your bow that will get the job done. Trophy Ridge products are the tools bow hunters trust. React Technology sights, rests, stabilizers, and quivers to help a bow hunter be successful in the field. And those tools are from Trophy Ridge.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Midway USA brand product designers have one straightforward goal: develop high-quality, technically sound products and deliver them to customers at reasonable prices. If you are immersed in the shooting sports industry and pay close attention to every single detail, you know our products are built right and stand up to everyday use. Who has shooting mats and range bag systems to hunting clothing and just about everything for the outdoors? Log on and shop 24/7 with super fast shipping. MidwayUSA.com.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Outdoor Drive podcast. This is episode 315. Stevie, I got a question for you. Did you buy that drone yet?
Not yet.
No? It didn't get shipped yet?
It's in the cart.
Is it in the cart? I had to ask. Well, for you guys that don't know, and some of you guys have logged on to listen to this podcast, this is with Drone Deer Recovery, Mr. Mike. Actually, a really good podcast. Steve, what did you think of it, man? I thought it was super cool. It was very intriguing and something that's been on the top of my mind.
Yeah, I want one for many reasons.
For what are those reasons?
They're all legal reasons, but I could get my money's worth out of it.
Well, I didn't think that they were illegal reasons. I just was wondering what the reasons were.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
No, it'd just be fun, man.
Yeah.
Especially like getting into the video side of things. Like it's just another opportunity to like get different camera angles and different content and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, drones in themselves have always been super intriguing to me. I have a couple of different ones, and especially the filming side. But to have a thermal drone, I've been around them a couple of times, so it was really cool to hear Mike's perspective and what they actually use them for and how they work. So it's be a super cool podcast. But you been out hunting lately?
Not since the weekend.
Yeah, me neither. It's and it's upsetting, but it's just trying to get the stuff done so when the good days come, we can have the vacation, right? You gotta put in.
Yeah,
that time
I actually did a morning sit Saturday morning, kind of like an observation sit. It's kind of tried and true spot I've been hunting my whole life, and I always throw one sit at it early season just to see what's up. Then I did some like midday scouting Saturday, then jumped in another tree Saturday night, and then I did some midday scouting Sunday as well. And like, dude, I'm not finding a ton. Like I found a scrape here or there, but nothing like, to get me hard, and I just haven't really found anything that really made me like feel like I have to hunt here tonight.
Yeah. I don't. And I haven't heard anybody really like off the chains. I know we've talked about it in intros in the past couple of podcasts, but I don't see anything that's really firing off. I mean, it's the guys that are on them, and then there's no like middle ground, it seems like, and it's, I don't know.
Seth went in Friday night. Friday mid afternoon, late afternoon, went in and found like 5 scrapes.
Yep.
Went back in, hung the saddle that night, and killed a buck that night over those scrapes.
Right.
Which is exactly what I would like to do. Just find the sign, get in a tree, right? And I just can't find the sign.
No, it's.
But you just keep getting after it.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you got to do is just keep grinding. Can't think of the negative, just keep going. There's some good bucks starting to drop. It seems as if things are starting to happen. There's a bunch of people posting pictures of some daylight movement towards the end of the evening, which is right on cue for what's going on. It's just we just not happen to be on the sign. So.
Right. All right, hey, I got a question for you.
All right, go ahead. What's your question, Steve?
And don't answer until I got there's 2 parts to the question.
Okay, all right.
So you got to let me finish before you say anything. I think I know what your answer is, though.
Uh-oh.
All right, let's say, before I say anything, this is public land. We know it's public land. You got to share it. It's not, you don't own the land, whatever. Fuck that, right? Just hear me out.
Okay.
You're on a piece of public. It's your spot, right? Your quote, your spot, your number one spot, your number one camera. Would you rather you get a picture midday and it's a guy? Would you rather get a guy on your camera just doesn't really know what he's doing, looks like, right? He's got like a 20-year-old climber hanging off his back, like not even strapped tight, just like shit hanging everywhere, just looks like a Guggen. Walks by, kicks your scrape, doesn't even know your camera's there. You can just, the wind's wrong for that spot. Like everything you know about the spot is like, this is not good. Like this is not good that this guy's in there like screwing up my spot. Or would you rather get a picture of a guy on your camera and then right away you recognize the guy and you just know he's a flat out killer?
Dude.
And now you got a straight, stone cold, big buck serial killer hunting your spot.
Dude, I mean, obviously, because we know the chain of events that have happened in the past day or so, is that I would honestly rather that dude that's going to screw it up, because I know I can hunt against him, and you know that you can't hunt against that stone cold killer. Like, because you know that if that stone cold killer is in there and he's a known stone cold killer, especially a public land stone cold killer, bro, I don't want him anywhere near me. Because you know that, and at that point, the pieces of the puzzle are already started to put together, right? Because you're like, I know he's in an area that there's big bucks, so he's definitely potentially going to make it happen, and he's in it on the right, doing the right stuff. That's what scares me. And then not only to have him
whoa, hold on.
Okay.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. I'd rather share the spot with a guy that I know's hunting it right, hunting the right wind, not doing any damage, in and out, quiet killer, right? And if he don't kill, I feel as though I still got a chance.
Yeah.
But when I got a guy going in there, just looks like he's doing all the wrong things. Now I'm worried that buck's blown out of there. Now I got to relocate him. Like that spot's blown up. I don't think that stone cold killer is going to blow that spot. He might kill that buck, but if he don't, you're still in the chip.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Yeah, I think I would agree with it. The only thing I guess is selfishly that bothers me is that I know that dude's a stone cold killer, and I know that he's got just as good as odds, if not better, than what I do to kill that deer, because he's gonna be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together, right? Like that dude that doesn't know, he's gonna go in there, he's gonna hunt, but he may not come back. That dude that's a stone cold killer,
he's been back.
A lot.
A lot. A lot.
So are we gonna?
Another thing, I'm just throwing it out there, hypothetically speaking.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this happened
Yeah.
by any chance. I'm just, making up scenarios here.
Yeah.
If you're gonna walk by a scrape and like it's not like open, and you're gonna open it up with your boot, do me a favor, like if you see like a large stick that had fallen in the scrape from the wind, like get that out of there also. Like don't just kick the leaves and leave the stick. Like if you're gonna clean up a scrape, like clean it up all the way. Like don't half-ass clean up the scrape. Just hypothetically.
Just
like,
hypothetically.
Not that anybody has done that in front of my camera or anything like that, but just like, dude, like just clean it up like it's yours,
Yeah. Or the stone cold killer just walks by and looks at it and knows what it is.
Right, which I like that better though.
He leaves it alone.
Leaves it alone, walks by it circles it by 5 feet and, makes a mental note and keeps walking, not like, go rub your danners in it. And anyways, just a hypothetical. Just curious what you'd rather.
It's just crazy because, like, especially when you have a camera in a spot for 3 years, never get another hunter on it, and the one hunter that you do get on it is a stone cold killer.
See, but to me, that's a good sign.
I agree.
Right? That means you're in the right spot, right?
Mhm.
Like if you're there and he's there, that's reassuring to me.
Right.
The worst would be like, how did this dude like stumble back here and Like, why here of all places? Like this.
Via luck.
I mean, it's not luck. It's truly not, right? Like
Right.
everybody's got the same assets and tools of the trade to find the spots, and anyone can find the same spot as anyone else, right?
100.
But when you're staring at thousands of acres, and you're pretty good clip in there and pretty off trail and all that stuff, when someone does just stumble into your spot, and like I've had it before where I've gotten somebody, like you said, on camera once, never seen him again or whatever. But like when it's like regularly, like down to like the day of the week, when they're gonna show up, it's like, oh,
It hurts.
no.
Genuinely hurts.
Yeah, and then you wonder why you don't have any bucks on trail camera anymore.
Yeah, and especially when you put all this time and effort into a spot like that, right? Like that hurts. That hurts. Genuinely hurts. Like damn well sure, like you're hunting public land and you're gonna get people on camera and it's gonna happen, but like when it's repetitively, you're like, oh man,
there's just
no
some
longer
spot.
just not my spot.
Yeah, like for sure, it's 100% public land, but you got to think like the farther you get from the parking lot, the less chances there are. The farther you get off of the blaze trail, the less chance. Right? It's like a a funnel. Like everything spreads out from the parking lot out. You got to think the farther out you get and the farther off trail you get, like the chances do get less likely that someone's gonna end up right on your spot. But it happens. It just sucks when you kind of like take a spot for granted, and quote unquote, that's my spot, right? That's my spot. No one else is gonna hunt back there. That's my spot. And then it then becomes somebody else's spot, and it's no longer your spot.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just thought that would be fun.
Yeah, it is super fun, but it doesn't help you sleep at night. Is there any new Killers Corner? Speaking of killers,
shit. Probably.
Yeah.
Do you know of any?
I know that there's one swinging in a tree, Mr. Tom Aligio. He just shot one actually this evening. Let's see what else. I don't think there was very many, honestly, Steve. We had.
I know Ryan Mack shot his blind.
Yep, Ryan Mack shot the blind. Had a flock of turkeys.
Oh yeah, I did have. See, all right. Here's another pet peeve of mine. Unless you're doing it on purpose, and I understand if somebody does it, just for privacy matters. But if you're gonna shout out your kid, I need to know your kid's name.
Truth.
Right? Like, so Frank Fellows, his oldest, got his first pheasant. He's been going for a few years and finally old enough to be on the trigger. So congratulations to Frank Fellows' oldest son. Don't know his name, but Little Fellows.
Yeah, Little Fellows.
Little Fellows. I think I did Little Gene, right? I think we did Little Gene last
come
week.
third. Yeah, we did. Yep.
Yeah. So, other than that, I got nothing.
Okay. Good to go. Well, I'm looking forward to season, man. It's finally here. I know we don't have as much time, but it's here. I can't believe that it's past the 25th of October, so.
Oh, dude, we're like coming into scrape week.
Yeah, that's not the truth. It's about to be Halloween, bro. Like, what do you mean?
Scrape week, baby.
Yeah.
I got a little hired hand like cleaning up my scrapes for me, cleaning them out. Dude, I had one scrape. Hey, check this out. I had one scrape. I had a camera on it. Nothing really. It was a new spot to me. Don't have no like past intel, no history there, whatever. Just kind of walked it, found a spot, mock scraped it up, put a cell cam in. Really wasn't getting a whole lot. Some does regularly, a couple smaller bucks, nothing crazy. Well, the camera dies. Probably about 10 days it was dead. I just couldn't get in there, right? Between work, like I'm not going to go in there after work. I was kind of like waiting for the right time to get in there. And, I was actually going to pull the camera. Like I was completely pull the camera out of there. Like I didn't see enough to be worth it. I was going to move it. So I get to the camera, 10 feet from my mock scrape, there's a scrape wide open. The licking branch is like the size of my index finger, twisted up, right? Like that's probably not a small buck. The trunk of the licking branch tree, beech tree, was rubbed. And then like 3-4 feet on the other side of the scrape. There was like a small sapling, like maybe 1.5 inch diameter, was rubbed up. Obviously, this happened in the 10 days that the camera was dead. So now it's like abort mission. I'm not pulling the camera. Like freshen up the batteries. I actually had to move the camera to a different tree to get a different angle.
Right.
Did that. I'm like, all right, sweet baby. Like, let's go. Let's see who's in here. Like, who's knocking on the door. Nothing but 2 docents. I'm like, come on, dude. Throw me a bone, dude. I just need a bone. Literally a bone. Like, I want to see a bone. Like,
no.
sometimes.
Yeah, these are those humbling years that you just work hard and make things happen. That's what it seems to be cracking up as, right? Fuck it.
I know.
I'm
I know.
not
There's a
upset.
lot of seasons. I just need something to like. I just haven't had that moment yet this year where I look at my phone. I go, ooh,
Yeah.
hello. even one picture, right? Just
Yep.
like I don't need to dial it in and have it patterned down to the minute. I just need to know.
I'm on the same piece of dirt.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, maybe you need that drone to go and just verify, Stevie. It might be the drone. But nah, man, I'm excited for this podcast. I think it'll be great. Like everybody, like we say all the time, make sure to go on to the Outdoor Drive podcast page on Facebook and post your kills. It's killing season. Post them up so we can have the Killer's Corner. And make sure to follow along on all of our social media platforms. Always some good things coming. Who knows? You can see all of our trials and tribulations. So, and until then, what do you think? We should get Mike on?
Yeah.
Let's get him on.
The Outdoor Drive Podcast.
Well, we might as well get right into it, Mike. Why don't you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about what you do?
Yeah, well, I'm Mike Yoder. I'm the founder of Drone Deer Recovery. We use thermal drones to help hunters recover lost game. They, lose the track or camp blood trail or whatever it might be. They call us out. We bring a thermal drone and we scan the area, find a heat signature, hit them with the zoom, like I say in my videos, and we check them out. 200 times zoom camera. Actually, now the new drone I'm using has a 112x zoom, but we just zoom in on them and check them out and see if it's the deer.
Wow, that's crazy. And how did you get started into this, Mike? Because I feel as if you were in the beginning of time. You're the one that had kind of started off with this.
Yeah. Well, how I got started, long story, short story is what I usually ask people because
let it rip. We got an hour to go. So
okay. So the long story is how I got into it is I was an arborist. So I took care of trees around residential housing, and I would climb the trees and I would remove them with big cranes. So take them down in sections. And one day, I had my business in that, and one day a customer called me and he was like pretty upset that I forgot to cut up this log that was in his yard, and I was like, I was sure I cut it up. Long story short, here I cut up a log, but it was for another customer of mine that was actually in the same town, and so I'm driving over there and I'm upset. I was like upset at myself that I forgot about this, and I cut up this log and I'm like throwing chunks into this timbered area because I was like just frustrated. All of a sudden, I picked up this chunk and I was lifting with my back instead of my legs, and I felt my back like something go wrong. I could hardly stand up, and so I was in massive pain. I just kind of played it off for a long time, and I was in a position where I was always in pain. And then for some stupid reason, I started drinking, and drank more than a guy should. I was literally, in my own terms, I would call myself an alcoholic. And one night, Jared Scheffler from Whitetail Adrenaline called me, and he was like, "What's up, Mike?" I was like, "Well, not much." He could hear that I was down, and he was like, "You got to find something that you love to do again," like because it was all about business and stuff. And so I was like, okay, and started praying to the Lord that He would give me a new vision, something that really gets me going again. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, and so my tree company, I kind of hit my goals there, and yeah, so I started praying to the Lord, and one day I went over to a buddy of mine's on a Saturday, and I told him I thought about getting a thermal drone to do deer recoveries, like, and he was like, "I think that'd be a great idea," and so I got one and made a little video about it. Took it to an expo, an outdoor show, and my booth was the talked about booth at the show, and so I knew it was gonna be a thing. In the process of that, I had a YouTube channel doing something else, flying ultralight airplanes around. And so I had a YouTube channel and I grew that thing. And I was like, when I do this drone deer recovery thing, I'm going to make videos about me doing it to show people because there was a guy out of Wisconsin doing it and it was kind of low key, like, didn't want to, stir or ruffle any feathers because it was like it's that thing where it's technology in the hunting space and um, that and maybe a gray area people just weren't sure that they wanted to push the limits on if it's legal or not. And so I was like, the heck with that. I'm calling my state, and I talked to the right people and they were like, well, they don't see a problem with it. It doesn't say you can, it doesn't say you can't. And so I was like, okay, we're going for it. And I started a YouTube channel around it. Literally, my first recovery that I did, I had a camera with me, and that's kind of how we got to where we're at now, is the YouTube.
That's crazy. And the state was all behind it. They didn't care, and just kind of went to town.
Yep. Well, okay, so I went to the head boss right away. So I don't know if you guys ever have asked for permission to do something from a law enforcement officer, but if you ask permission, it's almost always no. Like, because they don't want to be held liable if they say yes and then something goes sideways.
Right.
So instead of going and like calling up a warden and being like, "Hey, can I do this?" I went right to the head of the wildlife division, like I forget what his name is, but the highest ranking there, and just talked to him. I left him a voicemail, and I think he called me back, and maybe an email or something. Then me and him chatted. I told him what I'm gonna do. You know, I'm gonna be professional about it, and yeah, so that's how we got started. He was like, well, yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a problem. So he had nothing to go off to see if it's gonna be bad or not. Everybody brings up the bad things you can do with this stuff, but he just thought it would be a good idea.
Did you get any flack back when you did start to start this as a business?
100%, like 100%. So when I went to that outdoor show, there's the ODNR, Ohio Department of Natural Resources, had a booth there, and there were wardens at the show. There's 3 wardens there at the show. They had not, they did not know that I already spoke to the head guy, and they were walking past my booth, and they would look at this drone, and they look at my video, and they're like, the one guy kind of walked past, and he was like, we've been talking down here. We don't think that's legal. I was like, well, that's too bad because I talked to your boss. Um, and so they were trying to find angles to like go at it that could potentially make it illegal. So one was that, and these wardens are cool now, right? Like
Right.
they know who Mike is because I was like, guys, like I would love to come meet you guys. Like we'll get together. I'll show you the equipment. I'll show you how it works. Like learn who I am and how I plan on doing business. And I'm not here to help people cheat whatsoever. And when I did that, that's when the wardens, like, I have their phone numbers, and so yeah, we talked. But in the beginning, before they knew who I was or who I was, they were like, trying to find angles. It's kind of that way, right? They're law enforcers. That's what they do. They enforce the law, but they also try to figure out how are you breaking the law? And so the one angle that they took was spotlighting from a vehicle. So they were trying to say that the drone is a vehicle. Uh, and so what got that thrown out is the drone, the definition of vehicle in Ohio, a drone can't be that because a vehicle is something that transports persons or things down the highway. And so a drone can't do that. It doesn't drive on the highway. And so, we talked about that and kind of got that figured out, but they were just kind of looking at it like they just don't know that it's legal, but after meeting with them and talking to them, they were like, "Yeah, we're supportive." In Ohio, now you want to talk about pushback in other states? It's ridiculous. Illinois, I just feel like Chicago runs that state, but that so dumb. It's just so dumb to not support or use this type of technology to recover game that otherwise is going to waste.
Well, I mean, I think as the cross to that is like you should do anything in your power to be able to recover that animal to whatever means that it takes,
Well, it
right?
actually the law tells you have to. It does
Right.
tell you have to use all means necessary to recover a deer. Because we went through this whole spiel with Pennsylvania. And we pulled up their law where it says that when you shoot and wound a deer, you have to do all means necessary, all efforts to recover the deer. It literally tells you that. And so I don't know. It's dumb, but they want control. I guess they want to tell you what you can and can't do.
I mean, what is the negatives that they think of that there is that when you're using a drone? Like, what is the negatives? I don't understand it.
Well, as long as you're using it to recover a carcass, there's no negative to it. But
Mm,
I mean, a guy can use the drone to go find a deer, drop a pin, the exact coordinates within a couple feet. He could use it, go find a buck, and walk in there and try to hunt it. So that's probably one of them. Is
mm.
they think that people will just use them to go find the deer and then use the drone uh, to hunt the deer.
Well, isn't there some states though too? Like I think we've had guests on before that like say Alaska for example, if you're flying into Alaska, you can't hunt on the same day that you're flying. So why they
Yeah.
could just have a similar law to that effect, right? I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that would be an easy fix but that has to go through legislation, like that
right.
actually has to become law. So if if it's not written like that, then it still is up in the air
Mm,
what you can and can't do after flying your drone. But the reason that Alaska comes up all the time when we talk about this issue is because Alaska flies most of their hunters into remote areas, and so they were already made aware of it. Where most of our states here in the east, we walk to our stand. We don't have to get flown into camp, and that's why we haven't ever thought about a no hunting after flying type of law.
right.
Yeah.
I just it's there's so many good that comes from it, especially in the recovering stages of it. I mean, obviously there's bad apples in anything that you do, right? So I mean, somebody's going to use it to their advantage in a negative way anyways, but what do
Yep.
as a positive to find something and recover it? It's like the whole dog thing, right? Like why would you not
Yeah.
want it? I don't understand. Like it doesn't make any sense
He,
to me.
yeah, it's you're telling me.
Yeah.
You're telling me. I mean, we
Yeah.
we fight this all the time.
Do,
Yep. Um, I don't know what to tell you. It's just
What do people
it's
say
dumb.
that it's not fair or it's not like do people in itself not just law but like people in themselves like other hunters?
I would say maybe like 2% of people on the YouTube channel would say like I there's I don't support this because it's just more technology in hunting. So very little people that actually are against it.
Mm.
If it's used for recovery,
Right.
most people think, I mean, you guys, you're hunters, it's common sense. I mean, who doesn't want to, if you shoot a deer and you lose the blood trail, who doesn't want to find it? I mean,
Yeah.
it's
At Midway USA, we put customers first. The Nitro Express shipping system is icing on the cake. It was a big investment of time and money to take super fast, low-cost shipping to a whole new level. The Nitro Express helps ensure same-day shipping and low shipping costs. We hope you enjoy the Nitro Express. We built it just for you. For just about everything for the outdoors, go to MidwayUSA.com. I'm Larry Potterfield with Midway USA. Thanks for your business.
Introducing Oakley Meta Vanguard, the new performance AI glasses designed for athletes. With hands-free capture on an action-ready ultra-wide camera, powerful open-ear speakers, and built-in Meta AI that syncs with your Garmin devices for real-time insights while you train. Take your performance to the next level with Oakley Meta Vanguard. Athletic intelligence is here. Learn more on meta.com.
For almost 50 years, Midway USA has been America's go-to source for just about everything for shooting, hunting, and the outdoors. Go to MidwayUSA.com to see our latest deals and promotions and take advantage of our super fast same-day shipping. If you need a cooler, a new fishing rod, another rifle, ammo, or a reloading press, you can find it all at MidwayUSA.com. Thanks for your business.
Well, I mean, we did a skit, what was that, about 2 years ago, about Illinois, how they interpret the definition of hunting. And so their definition of hunting is recovery is a portion of the hunt. Like, so if you are recovering, then you are hunting. So I was like, guys, we got to make a video about this because they actually are so, they aren't thinking when they tell you this, because if recovery is the only portion that's illegal, then why not just at least find the deer and get closure that the thing is laying 200 yards over there dead, but just leave it? Now wait, now I know my deer is dead over there and I'm going to leave it. Am I now wanting waste? Because I just figured out where it is, but I'm just going to leave it there because the recovery portion of it, once I touch it, grab it, and move it, now I'm recovering in it. But as long as the drone just looks at it, does nothing with it, and leaves it there, then it's okay. It's like, whoa, like they didn't think about that. Because they said specifically the recovering portion of the carcass.
It's just, it doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand. Like, why would you not want to go above and beyond to find an animal that's down there? Like, it just,
I don't know.
I guess my question would be, when you're flying a drone, does it affect other animals that are there?
No. I mean,
it can't any more than 5 guys with headlamps tracking blood through everything, right? Like, what's more intrusive than all your buddies on a blood trail? Hooting and hollering. We're gonna be quiet. We're gonna sneak in there real quiet, right? Don't be too loud. Next thing you're like, hey, I got blood over here. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
No, it for sure is the least invasive way of recovering a deer carcass. For sure. I mean, you asked me that, it is the least invasive way. We now have outfitters here locally because they have a bunch of clients throughout the year. The outfitters will not go recover that carcass until they know where it's laying. Right. Because they do not want to, penetrate through the CRP field or the timbered area unless they know where it is. Now it becomes an extraction. So they find the deer, the carcass that is dead, and they figure out what is the best angle to come in here and get this carcass out of here so I don't screw up the whole area for the next client that's coming in.
In and out. Yep.
And like
Yep.
I think that's the smartest move that could ever be made anyway, especially when you're have other clients. Talk about fair to other clients that are coming into hunt, that you're not disturbing the land that they are in there hunting, and
Yep.
and B, you're not wasting any time if that deer is still alive, pushing that
100%.
deer around. You're letting it heal on its own and not stress it out to the max.
Yeah. So it just happened this morning. I went and did a recovery on a deer that was hit last night, and that exact scenario. They started trailing it and bumped it, and they gave it a little bit more time, and then later they trailed it some more and they bumped it again, and it's like, dude, like, if you would just not bump your deer, like just get eyes on it and check it out before you ever even track it, like there's so many more deer that would get recovered because you would just leave them there until they die. You wouldn't bump them out.
I think the number one negative thing, and this is my own opinion, is people going in and trying to recover a deer too fast, right? Like if you say you do hit a deer back, that deer is going to be dead in the first bed anyways. As soon as he lays down, if you leave him there for the for the amount of time that you should, that deer is going to be dead. So if you have an advantage,
but I will say, so I was talking to Kurt, working class bow hunter, and they have a bunch of coyotes, and so just to leave the deer there, they prefer not to do that because the thing will be completely destroyed and gone in the morning. So I still see in those states where it's valid to have a drone to come in, look at the deer, and if it's alive, okay, leave it, come back in an hour, check it again. Yep, deer's still alive, come back the next hour, okay, it's dead, boom, go in and get him. Rather than letting him lay there for 5.5 hours until the following morning at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So the more people see how this technology can benefit in more ways than just recover your deer, they're adopting this technology so fast because they are starting to use their, like, they're thinking of different scenarios that is more than just looking for a deer that I got shot.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with it, and you can also see if there's coyotes on it at that point, right? And then you can go in and bust the coyotes off if need be, like, but the other thing too is if you're watching that deer, it's almost better to let it lay right where it is, because if you are bumping it around, now you're putting out more of those scents throughout the woods where a coyote could find it.
Yep, 100%. 100%. Like I see it all the time. I mean, we if you watch the channel, like, there's literally times when I find a deer and there's coyotes about to eat it, and it's like, whoa, like,
you see it that much that there's coyotes in there.
I gotta shut this off. Did that screw up the audio? Sorry.
No, it just, you flashed out real quick. It's not a big deal.
1 second, I can't hear you anymore.
Uh-oh.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
A word from our sponsors.
Working class bow hunter. Working class for your ass.
Yeah. No, but I think that it's a super. What do you think about it, Steve? Like, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean, how can you go wrong? Like, hold on a second. I need some coffee. You know my style, dude. Like, I'm as less intrusive as possible. So.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, we hear you.
Full zoom, baby.
Okay.
We got that 200 zoom.
Oh. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm on my phone and somebody tried calling me, but I got that shut off.
Yeah. Somebody needs a recovery.
Yeah.
Honestly, Mike. It might be.
So I have a question for you, Mike. So we've had, in the past, we've talked to like dog trackers and all that stuff, and like they're super into like a lot of questions after the shot, like, how high we're, like, do you have like a checklist of questions?
Oh, yeah.
How interested are you in the shot angle, the broadheads, all that kind of stuff?
Yep. So we're starting to collect more of that type of data just for a database. Probably more for us to analyze if what the chances are of us finding the deer, mostly. Because either way, if a guy is calling us now, if it's like, hey, I tracked it 800 yards and I jumped the deer 15 times, it's like, probably best not to recover that or try to go find him with the drone. But we are coming out almost regardless, no matter what. Of course, there's scenarios where I tell people I think we can come look, but with what you're telling me, I think the deer is alive. So yes, I'm asking them, did you get a pass through shot? Did you recover your arrow? How much blood did you have? How far did you track him? Did you jump him out of a bed? All those things, just kind of for my own information. So when I get a call that's very similar, then I can, analyze that and be like, okay, I had a recovery like that in the past, and this is kind of how it unfolded.
How about, do you ask like what kind of mechanical or fixed blade or anything
Oh
like
yeah,
that?
yep,
How
yep.
about like distance of shot and like how high in the tree?
Yeah. I've never asked about the height in the tree, about the angle. Is that probably what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, people have told me like, yeah, I was 25 feet up and he was almost like straight down, that type of stuff. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I should ask that. I don't know that. That's a good question. Maybe I should start asking that, but just never thought about it.
So do you ever so what bases your time of arrival? Like is it just based on scheduling, like how quick you can get out there, or do you ever like say a guy calls you up and tells you, "Oh, I shot it, I know where I hit it far back, like it's gut shot or liver, something like that." Do you
Yeah.
say, "Hey, there's no sense in me coming out right now. He's probably not dead anyways. Let's give him say 6 hours. I'll be there at whatever time."
Yep,
Or
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, so the recovery I did this morning was exactly that. I went through it. They said that they feel that the shot was back. They did find a bed, and they believe they found some gut material in the bed. And so I was like, guys, let's just give the deer time. Like, I can come tonight, but the deer might not be dead, and I drop a pin on it, and then you go in there in the morning, and the deer has moved since, right? And then you might not be able to find it. So let's just give the deer time, and then we'll come in there in the morning, and then we'll try to lay eyes on him. So definitely, we go through those scenarios. Now, there's times when that's what I suggest, but it's still up to the hunter at the end, like what he wants to do. And so some hunters are like, no, I just really rather come, have you come tonight, and if he's not in there, then I'll just pay you again to come back out.
So aside from outfitters that have more clients coming in next week and following week, or like maybe like Gucci private landowners that have like this like real cushy farm, or they're like their sanctuary areas and all that stuff, do like 100% of all other clients try to track it and find it on their own first, and then like when they call you, have they already tried to find it and failed, or are guys actually calling you like right off the rip before they even try to find it on their own?
No, I would say there's definitely, so we're getting into that point of drone deer recovery where we've educated enough that if you think your shot is at all marginal and you gone down, you got on the blood trail, and within 50 yards, you don't have good blood, they're like, there's no need to go to 150 because my first 50 isn't looking that great. Boom, back out, call drone deer recovery. We're getting there, but not even close to all the people. I would say, maybe 5% of the people would be like that, where there's just no interest in pushing the deer whatsoever. Then the rest of the people are the ones that usually have tried to find their deer, and now they're like, okay, I gotta spend the money to get a thermal drone out.
It's hard, man. Like when you're emotionally vested and you're on that, you just keep telling yourself like, "Oh, another 50.
Yeah, another 20, another
He's gonna be
20.
right there. He's gonna
Yeah,
open up soon. He's gonna open
yeah,
up."
yep,
And then it stops, and you're like, "Shit."
yep, yep, yeah, exactly. No, that happens. I've had it where guys were public hunting. They were hunting on public land and they're really close to the private, and they didn't see their deer go down. They heard that the shot, either heard or seen that the shot was back or high or this or that, and they don't want to really go after the deer. They jump that deer one time, boom, that thing's on private, and to try to get permission to go recover it probably is going to be very tough. So I have had those types of calls where they're hunting public and they really just don't want to bump the deer and have it, chance going on private.
And so, can you fly over other people's public land to see, or private land to see if it's on there?
100%. Yeah. So so since the season opened, I felt like I was getting about one call a week of just a pissed off landowner saying that you can't fly over my land. Like, I'll shoot that thing down. And I'm like, no, I can fly over your land and go ahead and shoot it down. It'll make great YouTube content because, like, that's super illegal. Because what people don't realize is they try to say that you can't fly over my land. It's like trying to tell, a helicopter pilot that's cruising over, don't fly over my land. That's not how it works here in the United States of America. We, the people, own the airspace. All of us. You, I, and everybody else owns the airspace, because can you imagine how screwed up it would be if you have control of the airspace above your house? Like, jets would be coming and have to turn and go around and then come back. And no, it's not a thing. That's why it's called the National Airspace System. And so to try to tell people you can't fly over my land, good luck with that. Like, that'll have to be a federal thing that gets pushed in order for that to be a thing. Now, I have heard, and I would want to challenge them, I have heard that states are trying to say that if you are looking for a deer carcass, you cannot fly over the neighbor's land. And I cannot believe that they're dabbling in that, because the federal government finds out about that, they will rip them a new one, because like they cannot act like they're the controlling authority of national airspace. I don't know if they know that, but they literally are trying to act federal because the airspace is federally controlled.
All right, I got questions about this. So while I agree the airspace is, federal airspace, and you have every right to fly over somebody's house, at what? There's no set altitude, so you can fly it in someone's backyard 5 feet off the ground.
No,
There's no
so
different.
that becomes a privacy issue.
Right. So
Yep.
at where's that line where it's okay to be up here but not down here?
So it doesn't specifically give you a definition of where it is, but you could use a scenario of the highest point of a structure on your land. So if you are lower than whatever the highest structure is, either a silo, a house, or a tree, and you're below that, now you're starting to get into a situation I wouldn't want to put myself in there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because
Now you can be looking in windows and all that other stuff.
yeah,
right?
well, yeah, that's a whole privacy thing. So you can fly over a house. If you stop above a house and you start doing some funky stuff, then that's a privacy issue.
Yeah, that's
Flying
exactly
over is one thing. Hovering, looking, whole different ballgame.
So one of the things here, and I don't know the truth to this, and I don't, and maybe you do, but one of the things here, and I saw somebody had posted the other day, that you are not allowed to do drone recovery on public land, only on private land.
Where?
Here. I saw it on one
So
of the
I
hunting
don't want to
pages.
say too much because I don't want people to just take Mike Yoder's word for it and go do it. But so imagine that the law says you can't do recoveries on public land. A lot of times they're referring to landing and taking off on public land.
Oh.
But that would mean, are we talking about just drone recovery on public land, or are we talking about flying drones on public land?
He was asking about recovering.
Yeah, recovering. Yeah, somebody was saying that you're not allowed to use it on public land. Like you can't.
Was this on CT hunting?
Yeah, I saw it on a hunting page, and I was just, and I don't know the truth of it. I don't, and I was just asking, is there other states that it says that?
I would be shocked that there's anything printed out through legislation in the state of Connecticut that even refers to drones.
Yeah. So that's the thing. A lot of people will stick signs out and say like in a no drone zone, but just because that's a thing doesn't mean that the airspace is actually controlled. There is definitely controlled airspace, like in national forest lands. Definitely, 100%. That's federal. You can't do it unless you have a permit through the federal government. But just every piece of public land, I don't think that's
we don't have any national in Connecticut.
Yeah, well,
except for maybe northwest corner, maybe where the Appalachian Trail rip. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Appalachian Trail runs through the Appalachian Mountains usually, and I think that trail is protected.
Yeah, that's what. It rips. Yeah. It just kind of catches us in the northwest corner.
Yeah, so the trail is protected.
Yeah, and I know like think of like Maryland, like Blackwater and stuff. You can't film on that, so I would imagine you can't fly a drone. Irving Land up north, Steve, like Moose Country, you can't fly a drone in Irving Land either, because they don't allow that. Because I know if you're not allowed to film with a drone in that land. I know for a fact because I've thought about doing footage stuff up there.
That's private though. That's private.
Correct, but they don't allow it.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy. They don't want you filming their land, and now that's a different story. Now that you bring that up, yeah, there's something there potentially about filming, somebody's private land.
Well, I think the Blackwater a monetary
that's federal land.
Thing?
It's a federal land.
They don't want you to monetize the video and make money
off
the federal land.
Right? Yeah. Without a permit, usually.
Yeah,
they'll let you do it if you buy a permit.
Mike, I got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Have you ever gotten a call for non-deer recovery?
Oh yeah.
Like lost pets and stuff like that? Or?
Oh yeah, yep, lost pets. I just had one for cattle that have been out for a couple months. Like, I'll be releasing a video here in a couple weeks. It's a rodeo. Like, we find the cows, but a cow that's been out and is in the timbered area, super hard to catch. I don't care how many cowgirls and cowboys you got out there, but so lost pets, cattle. I don't really get into lost pets. It's just not really a passion of mine, but a guy could stay busy doing that.
We just had a Highland, what is it? Highland cattle, Highland yak, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Lefty was missing for it seems like it was a month. They couldn't find it, and I'm like, call the drone, man.
Yeah.
They got him though. He's back. He's home.
Nice. Yeah. Although right now trying to find stuff in the timber is, it's a pain. It's super difficult with the foliage. It's just thick. Trying to penetrate down through there, it's hard. I usually tell guys, if a recovery takes me 10 minutes with the leaves off, it'll take me 40 minutes with them on.
Wow. It happens that fast? You can find it that quickly?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like, when the leaves are off, it's like... It's just ridiculous how good it is.
Now talk a little bit about your business and what you have, because you just don't only just fly it. You sell it. You have a whole entire website of different pilots and people. Like, you've made a whole entire world of drone recovery.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it started off like just me doing the service. And then all of a sudden, I had all kinds of people DMing me, and they were like, I want to buy a drone. Which one should I buy? And all that type of stuff. And they were asking me if I could teach them what I know, and that type of stuff. And I was like, wait, I could sell drones. And I could make courses to teach people how to do this and have their own drone business. And so that's what we came up with. I was like, let's figure out how to buy drones wholesale and sell them retail. And so we started just dabbling in it a little bit and bought a few drones here and bought a few drones there and sold them. And pretty soon it turned into a few to 10 to 20 to 30 to 40 to just freaking truckloads full of drones. Like, it's shocking.
And you also sell parts for them and like anything
Yeah.
that there is to sell for. I just think it's mind blowing to me.
Yeah, so the thermal drones, those are an enterprise drone. We don't have tons of parts for those, but like agricultural drones, we also do that. So every single part for an agricultural drone, we have.
Sprayers and that kind of stuff.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
that's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah. So, it started out as a thermal drone service. It's way more than that. It went from thermal drones to spray drones, and then I created YouTube content of me doing spray drones, and that took off, kind of like Drone Deer did. And now it's just all the time we're doing something with drones. It's either thermal drone season, herd analysis or herd census. After the season, we'll come out and do like a herd census. We'll go over the land, we'll count how many bucks, how many does, we'll give you the data, so you can analyze that. So we do that kind of usually in anywhere from January till leaves back in. So whenever the leaves start really getting thick, then we end that, and that's about the time that spring spraying would start. So we get our spray drones out and we go spray winter wheat. And then once winter wheat is done, we do some pasture land. After that, we do corn fungicide with our spray drones. And as soon as corn fungicide season is over, we do some cover crop. We actually spread seeds and right back into thermal drones.
Wow. That
Beautiful.
hey, all that because you hurt your back. What it gets better than that, right?
Yeah. It is wild. Yeah, there's 20 plus people working for Drone Deer now.
Wow. That blew up quickly.
Yep, yeah, and I have to give credit where credit is due, and that's people like yourselves that have had me on podcasts. I mean, there was an absolute podcast train when it first took off. Like, I was doing about 3 to 4 podcasts a week for probably 2 months. When I first kind of took off, Instagram took off, had a couple videos go viral there, with 2 million views, and it reached the right people. I don't know. It's been insane.
So I guess my question for that is, if somebody wants to get into this, like what would be your starting advice for somebody that would want to get into the whole drone world?
Midway USA has a huge selection of rifle scopes, plus all the necessary scope rings, bases, mounts, and scope mounting tools to get you on target quickly. We've also got shotgun scopes, pistol scopes, red dot sights, and night vision and thermal imaging optics to serve a variety of different applications. Our offering of weapon lights and laser sights supports a variety of self-defense and target scenarios. Hunters and long-range shooters will appreciate our wide selection of binoculars, rangefinders, and spotting scopes from all of the top brands. For just about everything for shooting, shop MidwayUSA.com. Hunting is not easy. It never has been. It takes dedication, motivation, a lot of patience, and quality gear. If you manage a food plot, put up stands, or need just one more game camera, we can help at MidwayUSA.com. We opened our doors in 1977 and continue to put customers first by offering super fast, same-day shipping. For just about everything for the outdoors, go to MidwayUSA.com.
Join us at a Friends of NRA event where freedom, fun, and firearms come together like nowhere else. With more than 600 events held across the country, there's always one happening near you. From exciting games to exclusive auctions featuring one-of-a-kind firearms and gear you won't find anywhere else. Whether you're a lifelong hunter, a competitive shooter, or simply passionate about defending freedom, there is a seat for you. Visit friendsofnra.org to find an event near you and get ready for a night you won't forget.
So I have to be honest, you're going to want to check your area and see kind of how many pilots are already there. If you are in a heavy hunting area where, like my area, huge hunting. It didn't take long to have 25 people right here. There's like 25 pilots here. If you can't be there within an hour or two, they're calling somebody else. Um, so if you are going to take a loan out on your house and expect to make, buku bucks doing deer recoveries, I wouldn't advise doing that because there's a lot of competition. So just kind of check your area. The pilot locator map is a good place to start on dronedeerrecovery.com. I have the biggest map of thermal pilots available, and that's not even all of them. Like that's just people that are paying the subscription to be on the map. There's definitely more people than what are on the map. So if a guy is, I don't know, let's just pick a state in the middle of New York, he might go to that map first, check it out, maybe ask around about thermal drone pilots, and then make a decision on that. Like, are there a bunch of pilots in the area? Because to get in it right now, if you buy the Elite kit, the M4T is probably going to be your best option cost wise. You're looking at about 11,000. I think it's 11,500. If you want to do this more as like just a hobby to maybe do a few recoveries here and there, but you want your own thermal drone, we have what's called the Essential kit, and that kit is just built for what I just explained. And that's about $8,900. So to think where it started, like when I bought my first drone, holy smokes, it's so much more affordable. Like I paid $22,000 for my first drone setup.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So now we're below 10,000, and it just a lot of people can afford 10 grand.
And but the
Those
technology
in stock right now.
Say again?
In stock right now.
In stock, yeah, in stock and shipping.
Steve, are you starting a side hustle?
I've seriously been thinking about it for a while, to be honest with you.
Honestly, same. So,
Because you know what my thing is, Mike? I love recovering deer.
Dude, I'm telling you right now. So, they're some of the biggest hunters in our area. Like they shoot big deer. They've shot tons of big deer. Well, it's a buddy of mine. Like he's been on TV shows and stuff, and he was like, "Mike, I want a thermal drone just for myself and maybe some buddies." And I was like, "Okay." I sold him a thermal drone, and he did some for his buddies, and did a little bit more. And he's like, "I'm getting my remote pilot's license. I'm doing it because I'm having so much fun recovering other people's deer."
Right.
Like you're bringing them, like right, they have lost all hope, and they're like, can't find this thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, there he is. Like everything changes. It is. Yeah,
I mean, aside from actually hunting, it's probably one of my favorite things. Like getting a phone call, like, "Hey, I need your help. Can you?" Then these are buddies and close friends, right? I love it. I love it. Then because of the podcast, you'll get listeners will hit you up on Facebook, like, "Hey, listen, I get out of work at 4:30. I can be there by 5." And like, I absolutely live to go help somebody find a deer.
Yeah.
And like you said, you get a drone, that just opens up the door for even more people to reach out to you.
100%. 100%. Dude, guys, like I'm spraying, and it's the end of spray season with our spray drones, and I love flying spray drones. But then we'll look at each other and I'm like, dude, I'm ready to do a recovery again. Like you just hone down. You're trying to bring hope to this hunter that it has lost all hope, and you're just like locked into your controller, and you're looking, and then you hit the zoom, and you're like, there he is. Like, oh my gosh, like you get fired up. Like, I get into it.
Now you find it. How often are you sticking around to go get it and go see it, lay eyes on it in person, or are you just packing up and like, are you out?
No, so I'm usually going with them to recover it for sure if I'm shooting content, because I want to hopefully check and see where was the deer actually shot. Like once he guts him out, what did he hit, so I can try to include that into the video. In the beginning, when it was just me and I had 7 calls waiting on me, like, back to back to back, no, I was like, there's your deer, here's the pin, good luck, congratulations, I'm gonna head to the next one. Because I had to keep moving. Because when it first started and I was the only one and I was getting I don't even know how many calls. I would start like usually about 5 p.m. is, maybe in the busy season when the first call came in, if it was rut or whatever. And there's times when I started at 5 p.m. and didn't get home till the next day at noon. Like it was just all day, all night long. Well, you know what's crazy about that is how willing people were to wait to have a drone come find their deer. Like now they have an option to just call the next guy that's available, next guy that's available. But dude, I remember there was this one time I was on the phone. I was like, I will help you, but literally, I think I might have to call you at like 3 o'clock in the morning. When I get done with all the rest of mine. He's like, not a problem. Call me. I'll wake up and I'll meet you out there. And that's what happened. Like I'm just like, hey, it's Mike Drone Deer. I'm headed your way. And he's like, okay, I'll meet you out there. And like got him up out of bed to come look for his deer because I had that many to do.
That's awesome.
It is.
So, what else do you need? So you need the drone. Now you need an actual pilot's license.
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah. So it's called a remote pilot's license. It's called Part 107. Not that difficult to get. I tell guys if you get the course, you sit down and you study hard for 3-4 days. Day 5, you're ready to go pass.
This is online?
Yeah, yep. So you study online, but you have to go to what is that testing center? It's an approved testing center you have to go to.
What is some of the questions that they would ask, or things that you might need to know in that? Like,
what is the maximum altitude that the drone can fly above the ground?
Okay. So it's more like regular flying, like just so you're not putting it into airplanes and crazy stuff like that.
Yeah. But then you'll also learn airspace lingo or aviation radio lingo. It's it's kind of weird because you'll never talk on a radio. Well, I say that you could. How to say the alphabet, the phonetic alphabet, like alpha, Bravo, Charlie, whiskey, that type of stuff. What else might be in there? You'll get a map, it's called a sectional, and it'll have airports and stuff, and it'll ask, what does this magenta circle mean? Is this, class B, class C, class that type of stuff.
What's that cost? What's a class and license?
I think a course will cost you about $200, and then to go take the test is maybe 150 to 175.
Then you renew the license yearly.
You renew every 2 years, but that is just logging on to the FAA website. So you just log on to the FAA website, and then you do a quiz, and if you fail, you just redo the quiz.
And then pay the.
No, there's not.
Oh, you don't have to pay to renew every 2 years?
No, I don't. I don't recall. It's been a year and a half since I did mine. So,
and this is all federal, right? This is across the board. It's going to be the same in every state.
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's only if you're collecting money for doing it, though, right?
Yeah. Yep. But I would tell guys, even if you're going to try to do it for buddies, just get your 107, because if you have a disgruntled customer, or a guy that just wants to try to turn you in, he might say, well, I know he did it for John, but John gave him a beer after he was done.
Oh, it's
well,
one of those.
Technically that's compensation. So
one of those.
All right, since we're talking compensation, so how does that work? Do you have a set price? Because I've heard all different things across the board. So how do you operate?
Yeah, so obviously when it started, I could charge whatever I wanted because nobody was around. But now prices have definitely gone all over the board because people want work and there's a lot of pilots. Here, if you call me, I'm $400, and if I do not find your deer, it's $200.
$400 to show up.
Well, it's $400 because I'm probably going to find your deer, but if I don't, it's only $200.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay,
yep.
Yeah.
So the reason I say it that way is it's $400, but if I tell you it's $200, but if I find it's another $200, now your brain goes, oh, shit, so that's like $400. It's like a reverse thing. It's only $400, but if I don't find it, it's only $200.
And is everybody kind of following the same, or is it kind of all over the board?
It's kind of all over the place. Like, we were trying to not get people to race to the bottom, but you can only say so much. Like, you
Mm.
know, the person that buys a drone that has a payment of $125 a month payment, he's willing to go out there and do $150 recovery because at least it'll cover his payment for the month. Yep.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
It's not a far fetched thing, you know, like for someone to go and get it, and I think it's a great idea. I mean, I think there should be more people, well, especially in our area, because there's not a lot of guys that do it. I mean,
Do it. Like I'm telling you, guys that start a thermal drone business in an area that doesn't have a bunch of pilots are killing it. Like still in my area, there's guys that are doing 100 to 150 calls a season.
Wow.
So start doing the numbers.
The $200.
Yeah.
Do you hunt, Mike?
I do a little bit, but I'm not like a big serious hunter anymore. Like at one point I was like pretty into it. But dude, I get my fill doing this.
Would it be hard to do both?
Probably. For sure in the busy season because I mean, literally I was sitting here and I got 2 calls. So if you're sitting in the deer stand and somebody calls you to come find their deer and they want it found now, it's like, okay, one second, let me put my bow down and I'll be right out.
Yeah. If it's between this hour and this hour, text me. I'll be in my tree stand, and I'll call you after sunset.
Yeah. Well, I used to be able to do that, but now they're just like, okay, I'll call the next day.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Right.
That was one of my problems. Like when I was doing taxidermy, was like if somebody would text you or something and be like, "Oh, I have to drop off a deer head," and you're like, "What the fuck? I'm in the deer stand." Like, well, this sucks. And then you get 3 calls, and you're like, you know what? I'm over this. I'm going home. You know, like it's just I totally understand how it could be, and everybody's anxious because they haven't found their deer. They're looking for their deer, and they're really anxious. So it probably makes it way worse.
I mean, I get it. It's like when I remember I called a dog tracker once. It's so crazy. I called this tracker out of Michigan. He has a really good dog. This was years ago. Called this dude. Now I've done recoveries. What's that?
No, we had a dog tracker from Michigan on.
Okay. What is his? Robert something is his name. Anyhow, I called him a long time ago. I was so desperate to find my deer that I volunteered to fly my airplane to Michigan, pick him up, and bring him to my hunting area to find the deer. Because I was that convinced the deer was dead, and it did die, but I couldn't find it, and it didn't work out to go get him, and so I know how it feels.
What's the time frame? How much time we got to work with here with the thermal? How long are they giving off heat for the thermal to work?
So ideal conditions with what we're dealing with right now, usually we're between 30 degrees and 60 degrees. That deer will hold a heat signature for 48 hours.
Wow.
But it's hard to know what it is for sure because we say 48 hours after the shot, but that doesn't mean that the deer died right away.
Right.
Like, so I was going to do this only if I see a deer die in front of me, like on roadkill or something, but like pick the deer up the second I know it's dead, throw it to the side, like in a wooded area, and then just watch it throughout, 3, 4, 5, 10 days or whatever. Because I don't think people would like that if they hear I shot a deer and left it laying, just watch the thermals
to see what happens. Just to time lapse it.
Yeah, for scientific purposes.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That is for scientific purposes.
Have you? You don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but have you ever gone on a call that was like kind of sketchy? Like the guy's like story didn't really make sense, or like they might have been up to no good, or is everybody pretty kosher that calls you?
Usually they're good, but it's happening probably more because there's just more people. Like there's more people doing being called. One story is I sent a guy to do a recovery last year And he called me after the recovery and told me something that I was just like, this is insanity. So a guy shot a buck. It's bow season. Shot a buck. It's now nightfall. They find the deer. The deer is not dead, but not doing well. The guy said, I'm going to go get the gun and you just keep it right there and then I'll shoot it. And he was like, he wasn't sure if the dude was serious or whatever. The dude literally went into the house and was walking out of the house with a gun to go shoot it. And I was like, I sure hope you put your drone away and got out of there. And he said he did. And so I was like, this is ridiculous.
People will go to all measures. I don't understand it. Like, it doesn't. I don't know. But they put you in a bad predicament in it because now you are an accessory after the fact. Like,
Yeah.
I hate to say it like that, but it's the truth. Like,
oh gosh, yeah. When he said that, I was like, doggone it. I'm glad I wasn't there because I would have ripped him a new one. That's like, I was filming. It's on the channel. A guy professes that they were using a drone to hunt. They were using it. So they found the deer and they set the drone up, and then his buddy was coaching him in to try to shoot the deer. I got so pissed when he told me that. I was like, why are you saying this? This is the exact reason why this will be illegal. Like you doing that is what's going to screw it up. I was so pissed. Like, I should watch that video again. And I was like, this is so dumb.
Was it the actual deer you were there to recover, or were
Yeah.
they just telling you about another time?
No, it was the deer we were there to try to find because it was a neighbor. So here's the story. Amish people lease this land to hunt, and they shot a good buck. Thermal drone pilot shows up, finds the buck. In the meantime, the neighbor showed up and was watching the recovery take place on a screen. He sees the buck, neighbor sees the buck, and is probably like, ooh, nice deer. He sees that it's wounded. The next day is Sunday. Amish people usually do not hunt on Sundays. So he knows that. Neighbor guy knows that. Neighbor guy calls buddy with drone, not thermal drone, just a little baby drone, but because he knew where it was, it gave him an idea of how to, just look for this deer kind of in this back corner of this tree, the trees. That's how he did it. So the neighbor that never even shot the buck was trying to kill the buck that the Amish guy shot.
oh my God.
So the Amish can call you? How does that work?
Yeah.
they're not
So
using it?
there's different types of Amish.
Yeah.
And I just figured this out. Also made another video on it. Like, I guess some of them outlawed it. They were using me a lot. The one type, they're called Danners. And the Danners outlawed us for some reason because modern technology.
But the
I can see there
Mennonites.
being a loophole
now
there
they have a
'cause they're not-
workaround.
Because
They
they're
won't-
not actually touching the technology. You're just kind of doing it for them. But I could, raises questions though, right?
Your microphone got really screwed up. Did you hear that? Or was it just me?
Oh, we broke.
I think
It broke up a little bit.
Yeah, but is it me or him?
I don't know.
Can you hear me?
Because me and you sound good.
Yeah, he's a little broken up. Mike is.
Yeah.
It's not the Mennonites. Maybe is it? I never heard of the Danners. Have you heard of the Danners?
No, I'm not really an Amish connoisseur. Aside from Amish Hot Pockets.
Just Amish Hot Pockets. That's the only thing that you're a connoisseur of.
Although, speaking of that, did you see Theo had an Amish kid on his podcast a couple weeks ago?
No, I didn't.
Dude, you got to watch it.
Is it that good?
Yeah.
I would do some drone recoveries for the Amish as long as they brought Amish Hot Pockets.
I'd take it for payment.
Straight payment.
Yeah. Was that like 40 Amish Hot Pockets? 32 Amish Hot Pockets?
All right, just like freezer wrap them, like ready to
All
go.
steak
Like,
and cheese and a couple of those iced coffees were good.
yeah, I guess so. So what is your thoughts on the whole drone thing? I think that it's super cool, and it's definitely something that I would for sure invest in. Like it's a very good business idea in my opinion, and I think the thing that Mike has going on is tenfold.
Oh yeah, I mean I don't. You'd have to crunch numbers. Like I don't think you could go into it with uh, thoughts and goals that you're gonna like make a killing and make all your money back and then some. I think you just have to like try your best to break even at first.
Mm,
I don't know. Maybe I don't know how much of a market we would have for it. You
yeah,
definitely get some calls.
right.
Is Mike coming back?
I don't know. I didn't see him
You
coming back yet. Oh, there he is.
you would
Yeah.
you would definitely get calls. I just don't know at what volume. Right?
That was
Oh, he's back.
weird.
He's back. Mike's back.
He's like in a whole different
I'm
world.
back. Yep, I'm back. Yeah,
He's
I had
in-
to move over here. So my phone, it was like super staticky, and then it was just black,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think my phone died, and so now I got a cable plugged into it.
Oh.
Sweet.
Technology.
So what were you discussing since I went? That crazy like the hunter trying to shoot, like the neighbor hunter trying to shoot a buck that was already shot. It was like, come on, that was crazy.
I think and it the thing about that is that they put you in a weird place because you don't know the boundary lines. You don't know what he did to shoot it. Like that kind of puts you in a weird place because now you're working with them to try and recover a deer that they could potentially. I mean, not that it's against you because you don't know, right? But
Well, yeah. The good thing is though, you have everything's documented on your end.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
not only do you have every flight recorded on film, but you're running another camera. I don't know what you use, like on a tripod or whatever.
Yeah.
So like, if anything were to ever come up in question, you've got everything on video.
Yep, and that's actually something that I brought up to the wardens when I met with them. I was like, guys, I'm recording everything. I actually recorded the meeting with the wardens. It's like, yeah, you just got to protect yourself. That's like when somebody calls me and they tell me about a scenario they ran into. I was like, were you at least screen recording? It's so easy to screen record whatever you're doing, and it catches audio. It's like any thermal drone pilot that's listening to this podcast right now, if you don't know how to screen record, you better figure out how to screen record because that could protect you in a scenario. I'm telling you, it is that important.
Now imagine, especially as big as you are, you're obviously LLC'd of some sort, right? Like you're a
Yep.
business. What kind of insurance would you carry? And is it hard to get insurance?
No, not hard to get. No, yeah. So obviously, my policy is like a big policy because we have multiple different entities. But you can get like a liability coverage for your drone business. Pretty
Yeah.
easy. I think I was paying when I was like just starting out, maybe $60 a month or something.
Yeah, and it's not hard to get. It's not like the insurance company doesn't want to touch it. They're
No.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
because you're only giving a service. You're not giving goods, right? So you're not
Yep.
giving anything. And then at that point, if you're paying the $60 a month, you're actually protecting your drone in that too, because
Yep.
you have an asset to the business. So on a business standpoint, it's actually a good idea, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And going back into it, I would imagine that a lot of these, or potentially some of these pilots, have had run-ins with neighbors, like we were talking before, like wanting to shoot them down and stuff. Has anybody actually had it happen where somebody tried doing such a thing?
Yeah, yep. So it just happened this early season in the state of West Virginia. There was a guy there doing a recovery, and I guess they shot at his drone, and the cops came out, and I think the FBI was involved because it was close to like an FBI facility, and so yeah, they got involved as well. It's just not. People talk about doing it, and you can do it, but there's going to be consequences. If you shoot my drone out of the sky, it's probably going to be a bad day. I mean, Not that I'm going to do anything about it, but you're going to find out. That I'm going to let people. I'm going to use you as an example of what happens if you do that. Yeah.
Would the feds get involved because it's federal airspace?
Yeah. They look at it as it's a registered aircraft. It's like shooting a helicopter out of the sky.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I have a direct phone number to the FAA guy that does those investigations.
Hey guys, this is Melissa Bachman. Are you ready to stop spooking deer before it's even time to hunt them? Then you need the new Flex S Dark cellular trail camera from SpyPoint. With a no-glow flash option, long-lasting solar power, and a ton of settings that can be changed anytime through the SpyPoint app, there are no more excuses for letting your deer get wise before the season even starts. So check it out for yourself and see why the SpyPoint Flex S Dark is the unstoppable and undetectable scouting tool you need for your next hunt.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
Wow. And as it should. Like, you shouldn't be shooting somebody's big investment out of the air at $15,000. Like, you deserve it to the fullest penalty of law.
Well, not only shooting it out of the sky. Like, yes, it's your drone. They should shoot your drone. But what if they shoot your drone and it goes out of control and it hits a semi that then loses control and then smokes a man full of people? It's not a good idea.
No.
Like, it's not a good idea. If you have a problem with a drone, and I like I said, I deal with this weekly, try to have a casual conversation with the drone pilot. Try to understand what the drone pilot is doing, and then see if you can come to some type of solution to satisfy whatever it is that you are either concerned about or just don't understand about the drone. Because I just had it with my neighbor here. They're like, I'm flying a big spray drone, and she absolutely loses it. Like, comes over to me and she's like, "You're looking at me and you're hovering right here," and it's like, but she didn't understand anything about it. Did not understand anything about it. Then I educated her. The reason the drone was hovering there is I was changing the parameters. The drone saw a tree and it braked, and it needed pilot input. Like, I educated her why the drone was there, what the drone was doing, and then she's like, "Oh, okay." Like, so usually if a drone is visibly able to be seen, they're not trying to hide. Like, if a person was trying to like sneak up on somebody and watch somebody, they wouldn't put a drone in a scenario where you could visibly see it.
That makes sense.
So if a drone is like buzzing around, like doing like a normal path, this and that, it's probably looking for something, or it's mapping something. There's so many scenarios that a drone might, be flying in a line back and forth, that it's like, don't expect the drone that, oh, it's watching me. It's like, no, it's not watching you. It's doing something else.
Yeah, because you have a drone that has 120 times zoom. Why would you do it right in front of them when you can do it way up in the air? That doesn't make any sense.
Exactly.
It just doesn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What was the learning curve as far as like finding deer? Like when you first started, I'm sure it took you a little bit longer. Where now you can
Yep.
just go up, boom, boom, and find it.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
what was that learning curve? Like how long did it take before you really got the
I,
hang
I
of it?
would say I had to have about 50 actual hours of flying, like flying my thermal drone looking for a deer. 50 hours until I got started getting comfortable. The biggest learning curve was to trust the technology, that if the heat signature is there, that it will pick it up and you are not just flying over it and missing it. And also, what is the signature? What does the heat signature look like that resembles a deer? Because in the beginning, if you watch my videos, like, dude, I was spending so much time looking at raccoons and bunnies and uh, all these little things that I would not have had to look at, but I just didn't know, what the signature of a deer really will look like until I looked at a ton of them. But the biggest challenge still to this day is um, rocks. If there's a bunch of rocks in a timbered area, it is so hard to differ. If the sun was out all day and the sun goes down, those rocks hold heat like long time. So the hardest thing is to not get complacent and just think that every rock, or to think that every signature is a rock, because the deer could be a signature that resembles a rock. It's hard. It's hard.
And then you just spend time checking them constantly, checking those
Every
rocks.
time, yep. A guy said it best on a video I once I seen. Somebody started a drone recovery business, and he's like, if you're gonna do this, you're going to scratch and peck a lot. It's kind of like a chicken. They walk over here, scratch, 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 peck. Nope, not it. Walk over here, scratch, 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 peck. No, not that. It's the same thing. So fly. Oh, there's the zoom. Nope, not it. Fly, zoom. Not it. No, like lot of just looking until you actually find what you're looking for.
Yeah, but
Yep.
there's nothing wrong with that, right? I mean, you just
No.
take your time to learn and
Oh,
understand.
and it's fun. It's like, oh, what is that? Oh, it's a bunny. And the next thing is like, what is that? I don't understand what I'm looking at. And all of a sudden, like two coons run apart. Like they were maybe like huddled up, and it didn't look like a coon because it was a big old fluff ball. And then shoot, there they go. It's like, oh, okay, well that was cool. You see so many cool things. It is it is so doggone fun. If you guys get a thermal drone and you start flying it and you get good, you will have fun. It's just so fun to go out and see nature in a way that we have never seen it before. Like it was just cool on my land up here. Um, I was just going out and looking at wildlife, and it was night, and I watched a coon walking next to the pond up there, and it was like reaching in with its paw, and I was like, I assume it's maybe getting frogs or something, trying to eat frogs, but it was like never seen a coon do that before.
Oh, but so it's definitely not evasive if you're still watching them do natural things. Then
No, yeah, they don't even like most of the time they don't even care.
which is crazy, right? And
Yeah.
what is the height that you're trying to that you are flying at to try and find things?
So the M4T, to identify. So flying is the M4T. You're flying between 300 and 200 feet with your thermal drone, and then once you zoom in and you see a deer that needs a closer inspection, you will probably come down to about 200 feet. It's really quiet. The M4T is really quiet. And if you still can't see it at 200, you might go down to 150. But 150, you're going to really figure out what it is that you're looking at. Now, the M30T, my big drone that I started out with, you can see what you're looking at about 250 feet. But that sucker is also pretty loud. Like it's like an 8-pound drone, so it's got some weight, and you can definitely hear it. The M4T is it's just so nice. It's quiet. It has a really powerful zoom camera on it, and the connectivity on it is incredible.
So and you probably see that they're probably going to come out with something even crazier down the road to be able
Yeah,
to.
so DJI came to my office and this was before the M4T came out, and they were asking me what else would I want to see in the next latest and greatest model. And so I was like, guys, like the M30T is dynamite. Like this thing works great. It's clear, it's rain, IP rated. I love it. The only thing that would be nice is if it would be quieter and maybe smaller. And I didn't think they would do anything that would compete with it, because I was like, how are you going to make something smaller and still good quality camera? Totally blew my mind. M4T comes to the market, just a new, they took a different approach on the camera. So the Matrice 30T has a zoom camera. It has a wide angle and a zoom camera, but the way it zooms is it has, I think it's called optical. So it has an actual lens that moves in and out, but then after it just goes into digital. But the way the M4T works is kind of like your iPhone. They took a wide, a medium, and a zoom lens, and so they were able to put multiple lenses together with that are lighter than the manual one on the M30T. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So they figured that out, and so I believe that they will make it continuously better year after year. I don't know that every year a new model is coming out, but I wouldn't put it past them. But each model that you get is still really good. Like if you start it with the 30T, it's good. It's a good drone. You start with an M4T, it's a good drone. But like in the future, it's probably be a different one. Yeah.
Now, is that all one? So is the drone and the camera kind of two separate things? Like if you already have the drone, can you swap the camera out for something different, or vice versa?
Nope, cannot. You cannot
all
do
one
that.
thing.
Now, if you go to a bigger model like the M400 series, now you can have interchangeable payloads, but not on these smaller drones.
Gotcha.
Yep.
What's a battery? What's your flight time on a battery?
So on the M4T, if you're go from 100% to about 15%, you're looking at 35 minutes on the high end, about 30 minutes conservative. So 30 to 35 minutes conservatively. And then if you charge the battery up to 90%, then you're looking at more like 25 to 20 minutes. But the charger system that we have, if you have 4 batteries, you can fly indefinitely.
Does it come with 4 batteries?
The Essential comes with 4.
And a truck.
Now, dead deer, you finding it in 35 minutes usually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our average.
He is.
Yeah. I know the answer to the question. Is funny.
Yeah. So the average recovery time is about 20 minutes. If you average out the long ones and the short ones, I would say it's about 20 minutes. Now the early season, like what we're in right now, it just takes so long. Like, and that kind of screws up the averages. Yeah. It's just so the foliage is so thick that you got to get the right angle just to look down through this tiny little hole. And yeah, it's good to do recoveries in the springtime, or like not springtime, but like right now when there's still heavy foliage, because it will make you a great pilot once the leaves are off. Yep.
Is there any way to practice? Like, can you put out some type of heat signature out there to try and practice with it or something, or no?
I would just go look for deer, coon, coyote.
Just regular animals and kind of see the...
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah, because there's plenty of stuff out there with a heat signature that you can go look for.
Instead of going and placing something...
Don't
yeah,
tell him that, Mike. I was going to talk Trev into like going out. Go hide. I'll find you.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking. I'm sorry. I was just a question. So
hide and seek, Trev. You're it.
Yeah, I would be stuck out there forever. No. Mike, we really appreciate you jumping on with us, man. Can you just tell everybody, obviously you said it 100 times, but I think one more time can't hurt anything. Tell everybody where they can find you, kind of look along, and if somebody is interested, what they should do.
Yeah. Yeah, so drone deer recovery on all platforms except TikTok. Got banned on TikTok. So the drone deer recovery original channel on TikTok now says drone deer recovery OG. I started a new one, but on like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, drone deer recovery. They can find us there. Also, dronedeerrecovery.com. If you're looking for a thermal drone, if you want to buy your own, or if you're a hunter and you're looking for a pilot, we have the drone deer recovery pilot locator map where you literally just go to the map, you put in your zip code where you're at, it'll zoom you in, and it'll give you a whole list of thermal drone pilots in your area. So,
that's super cool.
That's how they get a hold of us.
So the website's good for both drone pilots and guys who need a drone pilot.
Yep, exactly.
That's awesome. Mike, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. We really can't thank you enough for jumping on. And
I hope thanks for having me.
I hope that everyone goes and follows along or buys a drone after this one. I know Steve's in. He's already ordered one. It's already done. It's a wrap.
I want so bad.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, for everybody else, we appreciate y'all, and thank you for taking the ride right here on the Outdoor Drive.